G'day guys, Darcy Ninja here. Today we're treating the front line, the fascial line that connects the top of our head all the way to the top of our foot. Make sure you do like and subscribe. We post daily. There's heaps more content that you guys can get alerts for. So make sure you do that so you can follow us for more. So I'm starting here in Ninja's SEM, or the sternocleidomastoid. How do you say that one?
Cloido.
Sternocleidomastoid. Mastoid. Oh God, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yes,
So yeah, focusing on using my thumb and hitting this really thickened or fibrotic tissue that you can see there. So I'm just going to gouge nice and slow using our philosophies of sinking in close to the tendon, so right up in close behind the ear there, and then working down. And what's important with our treatments is when we find money spots or when we find adhesive points, is we sit on these tendons and we hold them, we pin them, and we wait for them to melt. So I can already find that there's something, or feel that there's something in there with Ninja. I'm just having a little camp.
Sit there for a bit.
Sit there for a bit. And then I can work my way along that tissue all the way down. We're taking advantage of the sun today, getting in our vitamin D. It's a lovely morning here in Melbourne.
Yeah. Get the sun on your skin.
Sun on your skin, it's important, isn't it, man?
Yeah, more than 50% of your skin, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Not often we get the chance to get the gear off and soak it in.
Yep. So after treating that SCM, I like to come into the first rib here and focus on I'm going to just loosen his neck so it's not as rigid in there, and focus on our scalenes. So here I'm going to have an effect if he's got somebody that's got like numbness or tingling in the hands or thoracic outlet syndrome, elbow pain, you can affect here in this first rib. Ooh. So yeah, it doesn't take a lot of pressure. We don't want to be too intrusive or invasive or too firm in there. You can just sort of sink in, have a little bit of a feel around of what's going on, and you can feel these you can actually feel the nerves in there.
Yeah It's a therapeutic spot, and I could feel things going into my armpit, and just knew that it was doing good just from not even with a heavy touch. It's just it's helping me out.
Also going to be affecting some of the muscles that come up into the neck, so if you're feeling any restriction through movement through your head, through your neck range of motion, we're going to be helping that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Feels like scalenes there or something.
Yeah, definitely into the scalene. So our brachial plexus is the bunch of nerves that run through here. We have our median, radial and ulnar nerve. They all come through and they actually feed the function of our forearm, fingers, hands. Yeah. Good. And then sinking out. And I'm just going to come just over the other side of that collarbone. So I'm making sure that I'm being really thorough with my treatment. I start at the base of the skull, I trace the neck, and now I'm into the top of his clavicle there where we've got subclavius, another important muscle, which if it's sticky, our collarbone won't move or function the way it's meant to. So we can push back in under there, have a little bit of a feel around. Also going to be contributing to the pecs, pec major, and as we come further around and up under here, we're going to get into pec minor. Again, something we can help with any forward postures with our shoulders, upper cross syndrome if you've heard of that, and just using my thumb to gouge all the way along, and you could see that flick there. So I'm going to use my palm, which might not be as great to look at. Sorry, no, in a bit hard. Just go a little softer. And I like to, there's a perfect crease in here that my palm fits in. Yeah. But I've also got connection here with this collarbone. I can lever this deltoid, trace the pec. So as mentioned, if you're stuck in forward postures because of your work or your routines, your habits, you're sitting down, you're driving, you're spending a lot of time in the car, your shoulders are going to round. It only takes 3 minutes for your body to adjust to a posture. So how long are you spending in hours amongst the day? How long are you spending in those postures, and how long is your body adapting to those positions? It only takes 3 minutes, so have a little think about that. Maybe you're watching this now and have already caught yourself in this 3 minutes and you haven't moved. So movement is medicine. You gotta unravel that, get into the gym, have a stretch, get on the foam roller, get on the ball, move yourself around, get in good postures, hold yourself upright against gravity. Good. So here I'm also affecting the rib cage. I can feel each rib as I'm going down the pec. And I'm going to start to get into, I might come around this side for the camera. I'm going to start to get into the diaphragm and the top of the rib cage here.
Whoa. Therapeutic, man.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Yeah. So the palm's a really good tool to just be broad to affect the fascia, which again, we said we were treating the front line. So this superficial front line, which is this line that connects the front of our body from the top of our head all the way to the top of our toe. We've done a video previously, which maybe we can shoot up in this spot now, where it was the superficial back line, where we treated Ninja from the back of the head all the way down to the plantar fascia in his feet. So, or foot, we only did one side. But yeah, here's a really good spot. And you can actually get a ball into this and have a little go at fixing it yourself, can't you, Ninj?
That's it. I think Aaron had a basketball into his stomach. You know, you use that's the course that we're talking about. You can buy that if you're interested. You can't have access to us. Resource, but yeah, you can get basketball or what's that tool that's
the sew right? Or
yes, for the psoas, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a tool that you can actually work into this sort of area. Just like this plastic molded thing that
sort of fits perfectly into our psoas, or it even goes into your glutes. You can have a little play around with it. But yeah, make sure you have a look at our Fix It Yourself course. You can learn to fix yourself from home, release all the right ways.
Get educated as well. Like there's so much anatomy and physiology in there, like how the body moves, and just really puts it all together. Awesome resource. Everyone should have it.
Yeah, well, it's an easy, accessible tool just to have from home. You don't need, if you can't get access to us.
And we teach you how to use all different things from around your house, like rolling pins, broomsticks, balls of all descriptions, pipe. We kind of find ways to do it. You don't need to buy the massage tools, but and use your own hands as well. A lot of times you can really discover using your own body, push it into it, what's going on, and piece it all together. Some gurgling in there.
Some gurgling.
Had a couple of cocos this morning. When you said you were going to do this video, I was a little bit worried.
I'm just going to come back around there, Leo, and
stomach's going to
do a little bit of stomach stuff. So we have our psoas, we have our obliques, our abdominals, all these muscles. So again, this is an important spot that I like to focus on. If people have hip pain, lower back pain, we get into here. I'm going pretty slow because Ninja's fighting me a little bit and not enjoying going deep yet. So we've just got to go at the pace his body and his tissues allow me to do so. There we go. It's sort of with each exhale, with each breath, I get a little bit deeper. There we go.
That feels therapeutic, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Did a little bit of ab workout earlier this week, so there's a little bit of tender stuff on the surface.
You can feel it.
But you're working into the deeper
layers.
Deeper layers now, and that's kind of therapeutic.
Yeah. So what's interesting about the psoas is it attaches onto the lumbar spine, L1 all the way down to L5, and the transverse processes of the spine. So if you've got anterior pelvic tilts, if you've got lower back pain, if you're seated for a long time, it's important to unravel those tissues that have become rigid, dehydrated, really tight. So we can just push into them, melt them down, soften it up. and not only affecting the discomfort that Ninja may feel in his hip and in his lower back, but also going to improve his performance. He's sprinting tonight, so being able to flex the hip at full function and full ranges will be really helpful. So spent a couple of minutes there, and I'm actually just gradually moving down the chain. I probably started right up into that L1. Now I'm into the lower lumbar spine, and you can actually get as deep as touching the inside of the spine. As we go closer to the hip bone here, we're also getting into what's called our iliacus. So I can use my thumb. There's our ASIS, nice bony landmark, and again a nice money spot for my thumb just to get some great purchase in there, pin and hold. I usually like to work opposites on my table. For therapists that are watching, I usually like to work the ASIS from the opposite side, so just for the sake of the video, and same with when I'm pinning the top of the pectineus, I like to work from the opposite side. So it's usually like that, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to stick to this side. Yeah, just for those therapists that are watching, how to use your body, how to use technique. Okay, so we've crossed over there, and now we're going to get into the top of the ASIS and have a little feel of these tendinous points here. So again, we've got our rec fem tendon, and then as we go a little bit closer this way, we've got our pectineus, smaller muscle that can contribute to hip impingement, hip pain. We're just working out those creases, pinning it with my thumb and slowly getting deeper. We do have to be careful in this position because there is our lymph nodes. So we don't want to be pushing on those, but if we do go slow, if we're precise with our treatment, they will move out of the way. If I'm a bit invasive or too fast or too much pressure too soon, it's just going to be, the body's going to respond as it's a threat, cramp up, tighten up, and it's not going to work out. So go slow, and as I'm talking, I'm getting deeper and deeper and finding the gold, finding the money.
Feels therapeutic, Darcy.
Yeah.
You can just tell it's doing good.
Yeah.
Gonna be better for it.
Yeah. So I'm going to swap thumbs and have a little bit of a feel in there. Do you have much pain or tightness in here, man, or is it not too bad?
Not too bad, but there is, yeah, still some spots and awareness. And one thing for me getting this sort of area done, I don't feel that like I've got issues in there until I get it worked. You know, we just sort of, sometimes their body's like that. There's our normal is we don't really feel there's a range issue or a pain, but when you work it, there's pain in there, and then you do perform better or you do move better once the work's done. So and things can pull on, one thing can pull on another. So it can piece things together for you.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Why we stick to the top of the insertion, the origin of the muscle is also, that's the white tendinous tissue, and that usually doesn't have the same blood flow or blood supply as the red tissue. You know, when we look at our muscle charts, this has a much bigger flowing blood supply. So it usually sorts itself out. It usually heals quickly without too much treatment. So if we want to be effective, we treat the tendon, we treat the origin, we treat the insertion points of these muscles. And you have flow-on effects down the chain. The tissue will heal, given its natural ability to do so. Now you've given that blood supply and rehydrated that area.
Feels really therapeutic, man.
Yeah.
There might be some old corkies in there. Yeah. A few knees to the quads playing footy.
Yep. Yep. So the corkies feel like calcified tissue. It feels like there's little marbles of balled up tissue, or you know, they're creating stagnation or preventing flow. They're like speed humps, so they are important to find and clear and move away. You can break those down. So far, so good though.
Yeah, it feels very therapeutic.
Yeah.
So the corkies, for people that might not know what that means, it's just like a physical blow.
Yep.
You can get other kinds of strains and traumas, but yeah, this one's from an actual physical knee or an elbow or a head or something.
Tackle or
shoulder goes straight into different spots, and there's like an explosion happens on the inside.
Yep.
Like it's got to go somewhere from that impact.
Nice. You can also use an elbow down that, which I'll show you. So again, connecting up. I'm going to just go a little bit more lateral with this one and hit a bit of TFL. Straight away we're right into a tight point. So TFL, tensor fascia latae, small muscle, it attaches into our iliotibial band, which is a connective tissue on the outside of the knee, the outside of the thigh. Sorry, Ninj. And if we do have ITB syndrome or lateral knee pain, we can affect that injury by treating up here in the hip, the TFL. Again, a really easy muscle to affect yourself, to fix from home. Get on a massage ball, lie on your side. If you've got lateral hip pain right where your pocket is on your shorts, get on a ball or get a practitioner to pin it, hold it. I haven't moved.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. And then work it out. This lateral quad 45 angle is also really helpful for knee pain. And also, yeah, just stiffness in the thigh, stiffness in the lower back. Again, one of those muscles contributing to the shape of your pelvis, or the position of your pelvis, I should say. So if you've got an anterior pelvic tilt, same as the flexors, this will pull downwards on the ASIS, causing shortening in the lower back and some compression in the lower back as well. So there we go. Don't go too fast. I'm pretty deep there, and now I feel a bit like a snowplow collecting all the snow, but it's just the tissue that I guess either I hit a little speed bump and I need a shimmy work, or we go a little faster where things are flowing already. Doesn't need too much attention. We don't need to sit there. Sitting and holding points is what we do. Wait for them to unravel and melt, and you can see there's a little bit of twitching on the outside of the leg there, which tells us we're doing good work. The wax gives me good purchase, especially when it's a bit sunny today and it can be already too slippery or sweaty. Oil would just not give me the same purchase. It wouldn't allow me to go at the slow pace, be super effective. I'd be slipping and sliding, and it'd actually be harder as a practitioner to just balance. I'm pretty comfortable here. I haven't exerted too much energy or force, just leaning into it. And as you can see there, that's the top of the knee, how that could be helpful for somebody that's got runner's knee, patellar pain. Good. We're going to try and go over the kneecap. So I've lifted off my pressure, there's not much there. And we're going to go into that patellar tendon. If we've got some knee tracking issues going on because we're not squatting with the perfect form, or our knees aren't in line with our toes when we're running or moving, you can get patellar pain. Or you're just doing overloading. You're just too much training, too much running, bashing the pavement with all these kilometers in your runs, and you get some overuse injuries like patellofemoral pain, which is just in here. Yours is pretty nice, Ninj. It's all good.
Thanks, mate. Feels therapeutic.
Yeah.
People don't realise you can work on structures like knees and ankles and elbows and fingers.
Yeah.
You just think of massage, physical treatment, physical therapy as the back and the shoulders, and
yeah.
So you're showcasing today just some really different areas to the standard. Wow, that feels good, man. Sun on the face is nice,
Yeah,
Darcy.
it's beautiful, man. I'm loving it. I was just thinking of that, how good it is.
Yeah. Not too windy. Whoa, yeah. Feels good.
Feels good. And now we're starting, so we'll into that tibialis anterior and even our peroneals, Johnny eels, and now we're at the top of the foot and affecting more the ligaments or the thinner layer of muscle or fascia that connects in there. We have a lot of tissue, a lot of muscles that and nerve endings into the foot, so we don't want to push too hard. Just calm down, and I'm going to show you how I can use my elbow on the top of the foot here. Affecting that whole line, all the way to the end of the fascial line. Nice, and I might even do a palm just to be a little bit nicer. So connect. You can see that you're picking up the slack there. I'm working.
Effective.
Yeah.
You feel like getting in there.
Foot pain, ankle pain, again, another really good spot that we can treat. Not a lot of therapists go here. They don't treat around the ankle or on those ligaments or on the top of the foot. They might treat the calves, the soleus, the Achilles. You can explore the top of the foot. You can use your thumb. Nice little money spot there that my thumb's going to fit perfectly into. And we can pin. I can do a little bit of active work. Just grab Ninja's foot, move it back and forth, open and closing that space. Do a little bit of eversion and inversion. Working these tendons. Loosening off the ligaments. Loosening off the rigidity of the muscles. Good. And then working in between, you can see here, Leo, the metatarsals, the gap between the toes. I'm going to work in between the first and second toe. Whoa. Cool. Beautiful. We'll wrap it up. So if you like that video, make sure you come in, get a treatment off one of our practitioners. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time.
Done.